In this video, I'm going to discuss about costing digital products and digital costing systems. First of all, let's get to know about what is a digital product. Digital product is any product that is created, distributed, and consumed in a digital format. In other words, in an electronic format. Here are some examples for digital products. Software applications, mobile apps, ebooks, online courses, digital music, streaming services, video games, digital art, web based service, and much more. Now you can understand a digital product is any product that is in an electronic format which is created, distributed, and consumed in a digital format. Unlike physical products that require manufacturing, inventory management, and shipping, digital products are typically created once and can be reproduced and distributed at a low cost or even for free. Let's consider a car and a PDF file. Car is a physical product, the PDF file is a digital product. In order to produce one more car, the manufacturing company has to start the manufacturing processes from the very beginning. And they have to do inventory management, and finally they have to do the shipping in order to deliver the cars to the customers. But for the PDF file, we can reproduce or replicate the same file simply by saving the file as a new file. So there will be no cost. This is a huge advantage when it comes to digital products. The reproduction cost of a unit of a digital product is negligible. They are often downloadable or accessible online, enabling instant delivery to the end users. This simply means there is no lead time. For physical products, there is a lead time. Lead time is the time duration that it takes to receive an order after a purchase order is placed. Digital products also offer the advantage of easy updates and scalability, as improvements or new features can be released through software updates or online content additions. Let's consider a car. A car has physical products as well as digital products. Let's say the car manufacturing company wants to replace the airbags of a particular batch of cars. So the cars have to be brought to the car dealership in order to replace the airbags. Now let's say the car manufacturing company wants to update the infotainment system of this particular batch of cars. They can do this remotely by online. This is a huge advantage when it comes to digital products. Here are some differences between physical products and digital products. By nature, physical products are tangible. This means we can touch and feel the physical products. Whereas digital products are intangible. We cannot feel or touch the digital products. Production. Physical products are manufactured, often involving raw materials and physical processes. Whereas digital products created digitally involving coding, design or content creation. Distribution for physical products requires shipping, logistics and physical storage. For digital products, instant delivery via downloads or online access. It is really important thing to note that there are no inventory costs when it comes to digital products because digital products do not have to be physically stored. Reproduction. Each time requires individual production, whereas digital products can be easily replicated and distributed at a low cost or the cost will be negligible. Inventory for physical products requires physical inventory management. This will be incur costs. For digital products, there are no physical inventory needed. So there are no inventory costs. Scalability for physical products limited by manufacturing capacity. For digital products, easily scalable. No physical constraints. Updates. Difficult to update once produced. For digital products, it is easy to update or add new features or content. Ownership. Physical ownership can be resold or gifted. For digital products, usually granted with a license, limited rights for redistribution. Interaction. For physical products, physical interaction and sensory experience. Whereas for digital products, digital interaction through devices and interfaces. This is really important. Lifespan. Physical products deteriorate over time, may require maintenance. Digital products endures indefinitely, can be updated or discontinued. Generally, digital products have a longer lifespan than physical products. Environmental impact for physical products requires raw materials, energy, and waste management. For digital products, generally more environmentally friendly. Let's consider a physical book and an ebook. In order to produce a physical book, raw materials and energy is needed. And because of the production, there will be waste. These factors will impact the environment negatively. But when we create an ebook, the environmental impact will be lesser when it compared to producing a physical book. Now let's discuss about challenges when using traditional costing methods to cost digital products. The first method is marginal costing. We can also consider here throughput accounting. Not applicable to digital products that can be replicated at a minimal cost per unit. This means variable costs are close to zero. When variable costs are close to zero, marginal costing or throughput accounting is not suitable to cost a digital product because under marginal costing, we consider all the variable costs that will be incurred for a product. Under throughput accounting, we consider the direct material to be the purely variable cost. All the other costs will be considered as factory costs. So when it comes to costing a digital product, marginal costing and throughput accounting is not suitable because variable costs are close to zero. Does not consider fixed costs such as development, maintenance or licensing fees which are significant in the digital product context. As we already know, for marginal costing and throughput accounting, we do not consider the fixed cost to be the main costs. We consider the variable costs to be the main costs. Unable to capture ongoing costs related to updates, enhancements, or server maintenance. Absorption costing relies on allocating fixed manufacturing overhead which may not be directly applicable to digital products. Ignores the nature of digital products as intangible goods and does not account for the absence of physical components or material costs. Challenging to allocate overhead costs appropriately, as digital products may not have direct labor or machine usage. As now we know, under absorption costing, we have to calculate the FOAR. This is the fixed overhead absorption rate. In order to calculate the FOAR, we need to have a base cost driver. Generally, direct labor or machine hours will be the base cost driver when it comes to calculating the FOAR. Since digital products may not have direct labor or machine usage, using absorption costing to cost a digital product will be challenging. This does not mean that we can completely ignore the absorption costing when it comes to costing a digital product. We can use the absorption costing, but it will be more challenging. Standard costing assumes a stable and predictable production process, which may not be applied to digital products that can undergo frequent updates and changes. Simply, this means standard costing is more suitable for stable and predictable production processes. But when it comes to digital products, this may not be the case. Difficult to establish standard costs for intangible aspects such as software development or content creation. Does not consider the dynamic nature of digital products and their ongoing costs, making it challenging to capture actual costs accurately. So these are the challenges when it comes to costing a digital products using traditional costing methods. What you have to remember is marginal costing and throughput accounting is not suitable for costing a digital product. This is because the variable costs of digital products are virtually zero. Digital products generally incur less variable costs. This means close to zero, but significant fixed costs to produce. This is really important. Digital products generally have less variable costs, but the fixed cost will be significant. Digital products are expensive to produce, but cheaper to reproduce. This is because, as we discussed here, the fixed costs will be significant. These fixed costs will be incurred during the production. And when it comes to reproduction, these fixed costs will not be incurred again. So we can reproduce the digital products at a cheaper price. Or we can say reproduction cost of a digital product is almost negligible. Activity based costing or target costing are more reliable than traditional costing methods to cost digital products, but this does not mean that the costing process is easy because determining the cost drivers will be still difficult. This means we can use activity based costing or target costing in order to cost digital products. This does not mean that activity based costing or target costing process will be easy because determining the cost drivers will be still difficult. When it comes to digital products, there can be two types of costs: pre launch costs and post launch costs. This means there can be costs that will be incurred before the product is launched, and there can be costs that will be incurred after the launch of the product. Development costs. Research and feasibility studies will incur costs at the pre launch stage. At the post launch stage, ongoing product development and feature enhancement costs will be incurred. When it comes to designing, user interface and user experience design will incur cost at the pre-launch stage. After the launch of the product, iterative design updates and improvements will incur costs. Content creation. At the pre-launch stage, content creation will incur costs as text, images, videos, and etc. This means content has to be created before the launch of the product because advertising and marketing will depend on the content creation. After the post launch, updates and additions to content will incur costs. Infrastructure, server setup and hosting. These costs will be incurred at the pre launch stage. Ongoing server maintenance and scalability. These will incur cost after the launch of the product. Marketing, market research, branding, and marketing strategy. These are pre launch costs. Digital advertising, search engine optimization, social media promotions. These will be incurred after the launch of the product. Testing, quality assurance, and testing. These are the activities that will be incurring costs before the launch of the product. Bug fixes, compatibility testing, performance tuning. These are the activities that will incur cost after the launch of the product. Intellectual property, patent or copyright applications, legal fees. These activities will incur cost before the launch of the product. After the launch of the product, protection, licensing, and management of IP will incur costs. Launch events. Launch events, PR activities, promotional campaigns. These will be done at the pre-launch stage. After the launch of the product, promotions, discounts, and special offers will incur costs. Customer support, support system setup, training, and documentation. These activities are done before the launch of the product. After the product is launched, ongoing customer support and help desk will incur costs. Analytics. Analytics and tracking setup. These are the activities that will be done at the pre-launch stage. After the launch of the product, data analysis, insights, and optimization will incur costs. Finally, maintenance. Since there is no product yet, there will be no maintenance costs. After the launch of the product, bug fixes, patches, and software updates will incur costs. This is important. Generally, advertising and marketing costs can be incurred during both pre-launch and post-launch stages of a digital product. Now let's discuss about what are the direct costs and indirect costs that will be incurred to a digital product. Direct costs. Direct costs are expenses that can be directly attributed to the production or delivery of a digital product. These costs are typically identifiable and specifically incurred for the creation and maintenance of the product. Here are some examples for direct costs. Development costs. These are the expenses related to software development, coding, programming, and designing the product. Development costs will be incurred at the pre-launch stage of the product. Content creation costs. These are the costs associated with creating content such as text, images, videos, or audio. These will be used for advertising and marketing of the product. Licensing fees. Fees paid to obtain licenses for third party software, libraries, or intellectual property. Licensing fees are considered as to be a fixed cost because a fixed amount will be paid as a licensing fees. Royalties. This is really important. Royalties are payments made to content creators, authors, or artists for the use of their work. These are considered to be variable costs because every time a product is being sold to a third party, the content creator, author, or the artist of that product will be get paid. Therefore, it is a variable cost. Server hosting and infrastructure. These are the costs for server hosting, cloud services, domain registration, and IT infrastructure directly related to the digital product. Customer support. These are the expenses incurred for setting up customer support systems, help desk software, or hiring support staff specifically dedicated to the digital product. Now let's discuss about the indirect costs that are associated with digital products. Indirect costs are expenses that are not directly tied to the production or delivery of a specific digital product that are necessary for the overall operation of the business or organization. These costs are often shared among multiple products or activities within the organization. Simply, this means these costs cannot be directly identified for a specific digital product. Overhead costs. Indirect costs associated with general business operations such as rent, utilities, office supplies, administrative staff salaries, and equipment costs. Marketing and advertising. These are the costs for marketing campaigns, digital advertising, search engine optimization efforts, social media promotion, and other promotional activities. Research and development. These are the expenses for market research, feasibility studies, prototyping, and other R&D activities related to product development. Legal and compliance. Costs incurred for legal services, intellectual property protection, regulatory compliance, and licenses required for the operation of the business. General IT infrastructure. These are the costs for shared IT infrastructure, network maintenance, software licenses, or enterprise level systems that support multiple products operations. Now let's discuss about what is a digital costing system. It is important to note here that costing a digital product and digital costing systems are two separate topics. A digital costing system is a computerized system used to track and manage costs by gathering data in real time by connecting to the internet. It involves the use of software and digital tools to collect, analyze, and report on various cost related information. These are the keywords you need to know when it comes to digital costing system. A computerized system. This will be connected to the internet and they can obtain real-time data. Digital costing systems can integrate with supplier systems and marketplaces to enhance cost management and procurement processes. Integration with supplier systems and marketplaces allows for seamless exchange of data, streamlining the procurement and costing workflow. This is also important. Digital costing systems are integrated with supplier systems and marketplaces. It is really important to note here digital costing systems do not integrate it with customer systems. Digital costing systems are integrated with supplier systems, not with the customer systems. These are the main characteristics of a digital costing system. Digital costing systems are expensive to implement, but the operational costs of the system is low when it compared to having cost accountants to perform the same job. This means if a business decides to implement a digital costing system for the first time in their business, it will be expensive. This is because the initial cost will be significant. But after the implementation of the digital costing system, the operational costs will be low. These operational costs have to be compared having cost accountants to perform the same job. Traditionally, cost accountants perform the tasks of a digital costing system. But with the modern technology, businesses have decided to go with the digital costing systems rather than having cost accountants. So the operational costs of a digital costing system is low when it compared to having cost accountants in their business. Because the cost accountants have to be paid a fixed salary for every month. So in the long term, the operational costs of a digital costing system is low when it compared to the cost of having cost accountants. Having cost accountants are also known as non-digital costing system. This is because cost accountants are not digital. The traditional costing systems are known as non-digital costing systems, whereas the modern costing systems are known as the digital costing systems. Digital costing systems are linked to the internet, so the systems can obtain real-time data and be up to date with the current market variations. This is really important. This is a benefit to the company by having a digital costing system because all the data and information regarding the costs will be updated in the real time, reflecting the current market variations. Because of that, businesses can make accurate decisions. Large number of suppliers and markets can be integrated to obtain real-time data on cost of raw materials, components and parts. Analytics and intelligent capabilities, which are machine learning and AI technologies, have built in these digital costing systems, which will produce quick, accurate, and reliable insights so the businesses can make informed decisions. These are the features and benefits of a digital costing system. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.